No, PPT there. PPT. Give the PPT.
Wait.
What happened? They are not able to find it. And they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it.
Hello. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀರಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ
Good evening to everyone.
ಅಲ್ಲ
Myself Vishwanath
ಎಲ್ಲಿ
Shetty. I am a student of MCOM studying in VSTUB Ballari. My research paper title is A Study on Impact of Macroeconomic Factors on Share
ಅಣ್ಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
Price
ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ
Movement.
ಬರ್ತೀಯ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಣ್ಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಣ್ಣ
Just as earlier studies, it is found that many of the researchers made an attempt to investigate the causal relationship between the macroeconomic factors and the various causes and the second is listed in the respected subjects, etc. But the aim of this present study is to investigate the relationship between relationship and the impact of selected macroeconomic factors on the share price movements of the selected banks listed in the BSE. Next. The prime objective of this study is to examine the causal relationship between the selected macroeconomic factors and share prices of select BSE listed banks. Hypothesis. First hypothesis is there is no significant relationship between the stock prices and the macroeconomic factors. And the second null hypothesis, there is no significant impact of selected macroeconomic factors and the share price movements of select BSE listed banks. Next. The present study is basically an analytical study. The sample selection is based on the convenience sampling technique. I have chosen the 4 banks that are listed in the BSE as a sample for the study. And the source and collection of the data, the particular data related to the share prices has been collected from the official website and the authenticated websites of BSE. And the data related to the predictors that are independent variables has been collected from the various authenticated sources like RBI and Investing.com and Trading Economics and other sources. The period of the study covers a 10 years period from year 2016 to 2015, and the tools used for this study is in order to analyze the relationship between the predictors and the dependent variables. I have made a correlation matrix, and in order to analyze the impact of selected macroeconomic factors and the share price movement, I have done the multiple regression.
Sir, phone left ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು.
Here is the description of variables. I have taken independent variables that we can call it as a predictor. As interest rate, I have used IR as the abbreviation for interest rate, and gross domestic product growth rate, GDP, and inflation rate. I have money supply entry as a predictor. And the dependent variables are ICICI Bank Limited, SBI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and Axis Bank. In order to understand the characteristics about the variables, I have done a descriptive statistics. Next. This is the major thing. We need to observe the multipolarity. Multipolarity test has been done to investigate is there any interdependency among the independent variables. If there is an interdependency among the independent variables, we can't exactly determine the impact of an individual independent variable on the dependent variable. Before conducting the regression, we need to ensure that none of the independent variables are internally correlated or interdependent. If you look at the results of the multipolarity test, we can observe that IR, GDP, IM, VMP, there are all values of the variance situation factors of all the variables falls below the critical threshold 5. If the multipolarity output is between 0 and 5, between 0 and 5, we can ensure that there is a low multipolarity or no multipolarity. If the particular VA falls in between 5 to 10, we can ensure that there is a moderate multipolarity between among the independent variables. If it is above the 10, we can say that there is a high multipolarity among the independent variables. This is the multiple regression analysis results. Here we can observe that if you look at the p-value of each independent variables, we can come across that the M3 has very significant impact on the dependent variables that to share price movements of the bank. All the P values of the M3 in all the regression analysis, we can observe that M3 values that to P values are less than the 0.05, that is significance level, and rest of the other independent variables are having the P value greater than the 0.05. We can ensure that there is no much significant impact of those factors, those independent factors on the share prices. And overall, we can say that P value of all the models lies below the significance level, that is 0.05. We can ensure, by this we can ensure that there is a significant impact of independent variables, macroeconomic factors on share price movements. But except M3, none of the variables, none of the independent variables ensure that they significantly impact share price movements, but collectively they have a significant impact on the movements of the share prices. If you look at the R square of all the models are above in between 0.93 to 0.98. We can conclude that there is a significant contribution of independent variables to the variations in the changes in the dependent variable that to share price of the BSE listed bank. This is the diagnostic test. The purpose of conducting the diagnostic test is to ensure the correctness or authentication of the results of the model. If you look at for normality, we go for Shapiro-Wilcoxon test, and for heteroscedasticity, we go for the Bruce-Pagan test, and in order to ensure no other correlation among the variables, we go for a Durbin-Watson test. If you observe these outcomes of these tests, we can conclude that the model is very reliable and valid, and we can rely upon the outcomes of this particular study. Overall, we can conclude that M3 means the money supply has a very significant impact on the movements in the share price of the BSE listed bank. Indicating that highlighting the role of liquidity and monetary expansion in driving stock market performance within the banking sector. Also, we should not ignore the other macroeconomic factors as they are collectively contributing the significance on the share price movement. Thank you for giving an opportunity.
Student.
Yes, ನಾಳೆ
Sir, please you come. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pawan. It's a great pleasure to be here at the national level conference organized by VSPU Bellary, and together with my co-founder, Dr. Krishna Madam. I am here to present my research study on evaluating the performance of RSI-based strategies on large scale and so RSI is a relative strength index, which is a popular trading indicator in technical analysis, which is used to buy and sell based on the overbought and oversold regions. There are so many studies conducted on RSI, which shows the buying levels threshold between 30 and 70. Coming to the problem statement, unlike MSCI and Vortex, ROC lacks standardized buy and sell rules. This creates confusion and inconsistency in trading decisions. So, previous studies proposed RSI trading strategies from traditional 30 to 70 threshold to wide band and middle approach, often creating confusion for traders. So that's the reason this study consolidates these strategies and applies algorithmic backtesting across large cap and small cap stocks, enabling direct comparison. So next slide. So the basic objectives are, I want to compare the RSI strategies across large cap and small cap using the key performance metrics like gross profit, net profit, and drawdown, max drawdown, and Sharpe ratio. And the second objective is to identify the most effective RSI strategies tailored for trading in the large cap and small cap segments. Next slide. So there are three hypotheses. To test the hypothesis, I have used MANOVA. So the first hypothesis is there is no significant impact of strategy type on the key performance metrics, that is gross profit, net profit, and maximum profit. And the second one is there is no significant impact of size on the key performance metrics. And the third hypothesis is there is no significant combined effect of strategy type and size on these key performance metrics. These are the three hypotheses. I am coming to the next one. Next one, please. I have taken the studies conducted nationally and internationally on relative strength index, and most of the studies have given the single strategy like traditional threshold like 20 and 30, but no single study has given a comprehensive study combining all the RSI strategies. So there is a serious research gap. So few studies like Bhargavi, Chowdhury, Al, Hill, they have focused traditional RSI strategies but have not compared. One of the study previous like this, one of the study are Anderson Lee. Yes. Okay. So these are the RSI strategies that I have taken. So strategy one, which shows the buying above 30 and selling below 70. So among all these RSI strategies, 3 and 4 is very effective in small cap, because the small cap stocks are very volatile in market. That's the reason the wide band strategy is more effective. Next slide. This is the middle line strategies which are much effective than compared to other strategies. Among all these strategies, strategy 7 and strategy 8 is proven to be most effective. As you can notice in the slide, if the profits are increasing, the Sharpe ratio is reducing, and even max drawdown also is increasing. Next slide. So I have tested whether there is a significant impact among the strategy type and size on the dependent variables. So as per the multivariate test, there is a significant difference between the size and strategy type, but when it is combined, the combined effective is not significant. And so as per the study, these are the findings. Middle line based strategy is most effective than compared to small is giving, but small cap stocks are giving more returns with more risk, max drawdown. So these are the suggestions. Prioritize middle line based RSI strategies, that is buying above 50 is more suggested. Apply stricter stop losses because it may provide more risks also. So ultimately what I can conclude is algorithmic trading is very important. Streak is a software which is used to do automatic trading. So based on my research, use middle line strategy, and if you are taking more risky, if you are aggressive investor, then you can go for small stocks, small cap stocks, and apply the algorithmic trading. It will do automatic trading for you. So this is all about my study. Thank you.
Today I would like to present my topic to you. Risk management, profitability and sustainability, and evidence on firm value, accounting returns, and ESG performance of Nifty energy list companies in India. This lead of the study, I would like to few studies have done either firm value, ESG relation, or firm value risk management like that. But I have aligned these three things, and I have done my study. And this study helps managers to link the relationship between risk mitigation, profitability, and sustainability. This study integrates all three using panel data economics. Objective of my study is to examine the effect of market value. I have taken beta variable. Beta is systematic risk. multiples like profit book value ratio and the profit value ratio and earning capacity EPS earning per share and also fund side. For fund side I have taken logarithm of total assets of the company. And next object is to investigate the financial determinants of ESG performance with particular focus on earning capacity and risk measure and valuation measures. And the final object is to compare the sensitivity of market risk. Topic Q is used for calculating value of the firm and accounting based sustainability based performance indicators to risk and control variables. Research hypothesis is in my study I have taken dependent variables as WQ, ROE and ESG and independent variables are beta and volatility for risk measurement and the risk control variables are price to book and price to earning ratio, EPS and size. I have done my quantitative, I have done by using secondary data, quantitative and exploratory research and after I have taken my population is Nifty Energy Index 52 companies. Out of that I have selected 29 companies as samples. From 2022 to 24 I have collected data using CMI product database and Yahoo Finance and the financial reports of the respective companies. I have done fixed effect random shift models by after this Hoffman test which test will be for that supplementary. Those are the variables WQ, ROE, ESG are dependent variables, beta and volatility are independent variables and PE, EPS and size are control variables. And I have done this, I have used Python software to calculate these analysis. PB ratio, P for market valuation and the profitability is set by PB has tied to EPS and other factors are likely important here. First for stronger ESG disclosures. I have done only PS data. ESG is environment social governance factors. The company has to take these practices to enhance its value and profitability. It helps stakeholders or everyone. Thank you for giving wonderful opportunity. I have done my participation for you.
Thank you to all our delegates for your presentation. Now to complete the paper presentation segment, I would like to invite our chairperson, Dr. Ishwar sir, to provide his reflections on the topics discussed.
Very good evening to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor of this University, respected Chairman, Dean Faculty of Commerce and Department of Commerce and Management, invitees, paper presenters, and it gives me immense pleasure and I feel extremely happy to be a part of this two-day international conference organized by the Department of Commerce. So I came to know that there are more than 120 papers received to this session. So not only from the state, papers are received outside the state and outside the country. One of my research scholars is from international research scholar doing research in our Mangalore University. We came yesterday night in same bus. So we know that I congratulate the heroes who are sitting in front of the rows. They are the pillars of the department, without whom we cannot expect these kind of programs in the department. It is a teamwork. I request all of you to give them a big applause. And our resource person, speaker, who told very important points. I summarized these points in 3 Ds. So India is a shining. The Indian economy is growing. It is a faster level. So it is the fourth largest economy because we have three important pillars. One is the demographic dividend. You are all the demographic dividend of India. Second one, democracy. For the last 10 years, we have the same government at the national level. And third one, demand. So we have more than 1.46 billion people. So these are the three important pillars of the Indian economy. So therefore, the India can take Vikasit Bharat at 2047 only by using the artificial intelligence. So we have to reform, perform and transform the Indian economy. So it is not possible to achieve the Vikasit Bharat without the technology, without the participation of the young generation, without you change the mindset. Your attitude, your mindset is very, very important. So your participation of the paper, so your presentation is excellently, extremely marvelous. It's a good, very good your presentation. There is no doubt about it. I thank for your presentation. I wish all the best, all the future researchers, because now your contribution to the policy makers, your contribution to the society, because now AI is not a new concept. Unknowingly or knowingly, every even a farmer also using the AI, because AI is a part and parcel of our day-to-day life. Without AI, we cannot live even a single minute. Because why now? See, you know that how we are addicted to the modern technology. So therefore, I wish you all the best. Do a good research. Do a good name to your university. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request the dignitaries on the right and off the dais to join for the felicitation ceremony. Felicitations to respected keynote speaker and the chairperson, Dr. Parameshwara sir and Dr. Ishwar sir. I request all the dignitaries.
ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಮಸಾಲೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಯಾರು ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಾಳೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ದಿನೇಶ್ ಸರ್ ಬನ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸರ್ ದಿನೇಶ್ ಸರ್
Thank you, everyone. As you bring ready the program, I would like to invite Chandra for the deliver vote of thanks. request Chandra.
I request Dr. Virendra and
ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಮೇಡಮ್.
Here, keynote speaker and chairperson for the online presentation are hereby accepting our felicitation by Department of Commerce, BSc University, Belgaum.
Thank you all for accepting our invitation.
Good evening to one and all.
ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ